What is up, guys? And I'm going to be breaking down the goods and bads between Football Fusion and Ultimate Football, the two football games, the top two football games on Roblox currently. Now, this video is not to cause a fight between both of the owners of the games. It is not to cause any beef. This video is just to give a good insight on both of the games. And if you want to try each game or not, if you don't play the games, if you're just new to my channel or just currently watching, this is to try both games if you're a Roblox fan, because most of my channel are Roblox subscribers. So this can give you a good insight on one of the games that you don't play, because you could main Football Fusion and you may not know a single thing about Ultimate Football, or you may main even Ultimate Football and don't even know a single thing about Football Fusion. So let's go ahead and get that started. Let's get started here. Let's start with Football Fusion first. I want to start with Football Fusion because I mained Football Fusion, so it'll be a little bit easier for me to break down. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the goods of Football Fusion first. It's an easier football game to learn. So what I mean by that is it's less controls. I also think it's easier to master than Ultimate Football, because it's a smaller game, and since the game has less controls and less game modes and everything, it's gonna be easier to get down. So once you play it just long enough, you'll be able to learn how to mag. You'll be able to learn how to catch any pass the quarterback throws you, whether it could be a slant, a bullet, a lob, or any dang pass that he or she throws to you. The next thing we're going to talk about is that it's a smoother game, because it's one thing I already said before. It's a smaller game. It's more condensed down into one field, so it's a smaller game, meaning it could be harder to play offense and defense in this game. But since it's a smaller game, it's less laggier, and since it's less laggier, more people are going to play less laggier games. So in general, Football Fusion should have more players in general than Ultimate Football, because it's a less laggier game. That may not be always true for certain situations in certain games, but in this situation, when it comes to football games, you cannot be lagging or you're not going to be good in the game. I mean, that's as simple as that. So a less laggy situation here will be Football Fusion, and it's really good. It's easier to get down with everything easier. It's fun with friends, and I'm just going to tell you right now, both games are trash without your friends there, because it can be annoying to play with randoms. And I'm not trying to say all randoms are bad to play with, but most of the randoms in both games are just annoying, and you don't really want to play with them, or they'll sell you. They may not be on your skill level, or you may not be even on their skill level, and they may have a problem with it. And some people just don't get along. So it's better to find friends to play both of these games with. And I may bring it back up when I'm talking about the Ultimate Football goods, just to remind you guys, because once again, this game, neither game is fun if you play it on your own and don't have any friends. It's just not. It's more annoying. That's what it is. I like in Football Fusion, another good about it is that 99 overall has its own special item, and that's the silver helmet. You guys already know this if you play the game, but when you hit the max overall, which is 99 in Football Fusion, it's 100 in Ultimate Football, by the way. Once you hit 99 in Football Fusion, you get the helmet, a silver helmet, and I like it. I like that because it shows you who deserves the helmet. It's not easy to get 99 overall in Football Fusion. You have to have a certain amount of stats in each category: in passer, runner, receiver, defender, corner now, because corner's added, and kicker. Yeah, and kicker. And you have to, I think you have to have a certain amount of games too. I'm not sure about that part, but I know in those other categories you have got to have a certain amount of stats to even get 99 overall, because it's just too much to account for, and it's not easy, because I'm a 99 overall in the game currently to this day, and I can tell you that it took a long time to get 99 overall. I've gotten it twice. It's harder now than it was before. It took me less time to get 99 overall the first time, because it was easier, a little bit easier. Now that there's another stat column now with the corner stats, and now the stats are more condensed, the rusher is a little bit easier, but the rest of the stats have been raised up a bit, because the randoms can bring your stats down, so it can be a little bit harder to get 99 overall. That's why you don't really see many 99 overalls in Football Fusion. It's just too hard to get, and no one's not going to spend the time and try to get 99 overall unless you grind the game like me. So, all right, let's go to practice. Let's go play. Talk about practice mode. Practice mode is good for Football Fusion. It can help you get better at the game. You can do the quarterback thing like they used to do in the Pro Bowl, which they don't do anymore. I don't understand why that's the case. I don't know if they still do. I don't know if they're going to do that this year. They're going to do the Pro Bowl games. I don't know if that's going to be involved. Hopefully, that's going to be involved. You can do you can practice field goals You can practice diming or practice quarterback in general with anybody there, or even with the NPCs that XSTN's added. And the final thing is that you can practice globs, which is cool. All of that's cool. That's why I like the practice mode in the game. That's all I got to say about Football Fusion's goods, because there's really nothing else to say. That's practically the entire game. So let's go ahead and go down to Ultimate Football. For Ultimate Football, let's go ahead and start off with the Trade Hub. The Trade Hub's good because you can trade stuff that you don't like, and there's too much stuff in the game where it should be a Trade Hub in the game, which there is. So that's why having a Trade Hub in Ultimate Football helps the game out a bit. There's also more than one mode in the game. So instead of just playing Publix all the time in Football Fusion, you could also play Park mode, or even have your own VIP mode. And I don't really count VIP as a mode because VIP is a self-friends mode, which is why I said earlier it's fun to play with friends, which is why I don't count that as a mode. Park mode is actually a mode in Ultimate Football, so there's two different modes. There's more celebrations in Ultimate Football. There's so many celebrations. There's different types of celebrations, different rarity of celebrations in the game, which is cool. I like that. And I think this is the biggest one of all. There are no techs. This game is based off of pure timing. So if you're a Football Fusion tech god, you're not going to be good at this game. That's why a lot of people in my server don't play this game, because they're not good at it. They're not good at teching. When you can't abuse angle, like some people, I'm not going to say names. When you can't abuse angle, you're not going to be able to dome people on this game. And see, I never really had a tech on Football Fusion to begin with. So me coming on this game and doming anybody is not new. It's not nothing new to me, because I catch the same way I do in Ultimate Football than I would in Football Fusion. It's nothing new to me. There are no techs in this game. There still may be boosts in this game, but there's not really techs you can do in Ultimate Football because it's all about timing. It's too difficult to tech on this game. The jump is a little bit smaller than Football Fusion, and you have to early a little bit more on Ultimate Football. There is a practice mode. There's a lot of stuff in Ultimate Football's practice mode. It's practically the same thing in Football Fusion, so I'm not gonna really break down that. You can once again the game is more fun with friends. And this is the biggest one of all. In Ultimate Football, there are more things to achieve. There's more things to unlock, and that can really become a problem with Football Fusion because there's not really enough things to unlock. And we're going to go ahead and get down to that when we get to the bads in a minute. But there's more things to achieve in Ultimate Football than Football Fusion. There are daily missions in the game, which once again is part of more things to achieve. I wanted to add daily missions on its own because I feel like daily missions is what's going to keep bringing people back to Ultimate Football. That's something that's going to bring you back daily. That's why it's called daily missions. I think there's weekly missions too. I'm not sure about that. But there are daily missions in Ultimate Football that will continuously bring people back to play the game every day. You can also create your own fit, which you can't do in Football Fusion. In Football Fusion, you could only stick to the team fit that your captain picks from the start of the game. So in Ultimate Football, you can create your own fit. Now, you could obviously in Ultimate Football, you're gonna be in the same team helmet and everything, but you can add visors and stuff, and have your own fit up head to toe. So that's like something really good for the game. And you notice I said more things for goods for Ultimate Football, but all goods come with a price, and it comes with bads as well. But let's go ahead and get started with Football Fusion's bads first before we go to Ultimate Football's bads. Now, first, I think we all know this. Like I said this before, I'm going to repeat it for a third time. The game is boring. Both of the games are boring without friends. It's just simple as that. You're playing with randoms. It can be hard to have fun. Not to say that you can't have fun with randoms, but it's practically almost impossible to. It's annoying. It's too annoying, and I wouldn't recommend you try to have fun with randoms, especially with a guy that tries to play with randoms like me. See, me, I always try to play the game without randoms just to test my skill, and it's kind of too hard to win games like that. It's kind of too difficult, especially when you're playing against friend teams. That is difficult, highly difficult to win against. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's highly difficult to. Another thing about Football Fusion is the lack of modes. And what I mean by that, since when I told you earlier about Ultimate Football having a part mode, Football Fusion only has a public mode. And I'm going to tell you again, VIPs do not count. VIPs are in every single game, practically. Except Ultimate Football doesn't have VIPs, but the VIPs are like within the game. That's what I mean by that. So, no, VIPs don't really count as a mode. And so, since you don't really have nothing but publics, that can get boring after a while. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Football Fusion can get boring because there's nothing else to do besides publics. Like auto threes in Ultimate Football, they both have the that four down score mode. That's what it is. That if that mode was in Football Fusion, it would probably be that Football Fusion will probably be destroying Ultimate Football right now because it would be more fun to have that mode in Football Fusion. It's easier. It'd be easier to play because it's more smooth, and I just think it'll be more fun. And I don't know why they just don't implement that in football. I don't know why XSCN does not have any idea on why not to add any more game modes in general. It doesn't have to be anything like the ones I just said, Ultimate Football or Auto Threes, but just add a different mode in general. There's not enough things to do on Football Fusion besides play Publix or go to the practice mode. There's got to be more things than just public mode in Football Fusion. That's why the game could be you can get bored easier from Football Fusion than Ultimate Football in general, because Ultimate Football has two modes. So even if you do get bored of Publix, you can go to Parks, so you'll be just fine. But the problem is, in Football Fusion, once again, since you don't have anything to do besides Publix, you're going to leave the game. My final thing, and the biggest one of all, is the not enough things to unlock for Football Fusion. That is a killer, because, and what I mean by that is that there's things to unlock, like trails, tattoos, new skins and stuff, and the 99 overall helmet, and the global stuff. That's it. That's really not... It's like, maybe like 4 or 5 trails, 3 or 4 different types of tattoos. I'm trying to think of how many they are. You unlock the visor, but it's not like a customizable visor like you can in Ultimate Football. And let me think. Let's see. And that's practically it. Just trails, 99 overall helmet. And obviously, I think the greatest achievement of all is unlocking the 99 overall helmet. But once you unlock the 99 overall helmet, there's not really nothing else to unlock. The problem with Football Fusion is that the game is too easy to beat. And what I mean by that is that it's not enough things that should hold you back from advancing too fast. It's also easier to level up fast in that game, because I tested it. That's how I got 99 overall. I literally played the game for like a week, and I was already 90 overall, because I was trying to grind to see how fast I could do it. And about 100 something games in total, which is about a total of 2 weeks if we're talking about me playing on my own schedule when I used to play the game a lot. 2 weeks. If you're at 90 overall in 2 weeks in that game, it's kind of a problem, because you don't have enough things to unlock in the game. You only have like 4 or 5 trails, 3 or 4 tattoos, and really nothing else. Like, you got to add some more things into the game. And another thing is that you don't have any daily missions. Even in Basketball Legends, which is not a part of this video, I know I shouldn't be bringing this up. Even that game has missions. Most of the games that you know that have a lot of player count in it will have some type of missions for you to do, which will bring you back to the game. That's the point of the missions, to bring you back in the game. They're called daily missions or weekly missions for a reason. Football Fusion doesn't have any daily missions. That can drive you away from the game, because there's not an urge for you to come back to the game. That's the problem. I literally think that's the problem. And the XSTNs needs to add missions or somehow implement missions into the game. No offense to the dude. Like, you gotta have, if you want more people to play Football Fusion, add more things that will bring people back. Like a new park, like new modes, a park mode, missions. Like, you gotta have more things in your game. And the thing about Football Fusion, it's just not enough things in the game to where it would just bring somebody back. So that's the thing. That's the issue I have with Football Fusion. Just not enough things in the game. Now we're going to go ahead and get started with the Ultimate Football badge, because, like I told you guys from before, all good things come with a price. Let's go ahead and get started with the stamina issue with the game. The stamina issue can be a problem, because everybody can be traveling at different speeds in the game. It could affect the gameplay a little bit, but not by much, though, if you learn how to master the stamina thing. But people that are not used to stamina in the game could be a drastic problem. And if they don't implement it from start to finish, when it's inconsistent, because you got pad speed in the game, which can really make you really fast if you're not careful. Even with you running with stamina with it, that could be a problem. You gotta be consistent with the stamina. The diving issue is also inconsistent in Ultimate Football, and anybody can agree with me. The diving is sometimes aced, so the diving is sometimes late, and I'm not even trying to ace dive. So, like, I literally time my dive at the same time, and sometimes I just go straight to the ground, or I just go straight too far, and then there needs to be a consistency within the diving in the game. It's not good enough The hitbox on that game is terrible, and hitbox is terrible in Football Fusion too. But it's not as bad as Ultimate Football. It's really, really bad in Ultimate Football. Like that, it's not good in Ultimate Football, and I think they need to implement something to make a better hitbox in that game or something. There's nothing wrong with trying to fix that. Like that's really bad. Like I be walking through people on that game, and that's not good. And that's with stamina too. Like, and when you have stamina on that game, and you don't have a working hitbox, that is a problem. So I think that needs to be addressed. Another thing, again, I'm gonna say for the fourth time of the day in the video, is the game is boring without friends, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not gonna keep going on about it. And the final thing, and I think the worst thing of all about Ultimate Football, is the inconsistent servers. And what I mean by that is that the game is laggy and non-laggy at times. The game can be really laggy for no reason, and the game can be really clean for no reason. There's inconsistent servers. You need to have consistent servers within your game. That's probably why enough people don't play the game, because the game is too big and inconsistent when it comes to the servers. The servers can be really laggy and non-laggy, and that can be in any region that you try to join. And Cali servers are usually good for me, but I was really spiky yesterday. And when I was playing with Allura the first time in Cali server, I was just fine. The servers are just inconsistent overall, and once they fix the lag issues in that, or try to adjust something to fix it, it'll be just fine. Like there cannot be an inconsistent lag issue within the game, and that's a problem. I really think that's a huge problem. That's the biggest problem of Ultimate Football, in my opinion. So when you compare the biggest problems in both games of Football Fusion not having enough things to unlock and the inconsistent lag servers in Ultimate Football, I think Football Fusion has a bigger issue because, like, once again, you need to add more things to your game. There's not enough things within the game. And I'm not trying to say copy the two games. Once again, I'm not telling you to copy what they're doing. I'm telling you just to implement more things into your game. It's not enough things in the game. And anybody can agree with this. Now, gameplay-wise, it's opinionated. So I'm not going to try to say Football Fusion is better than Ultimate Football gameplay-wise, because that's not true. Because you can say the same thing about Ultimate Football players being better than the game being better than Football Fusion. The gameplay is just basically up to you. This is why I'm just giving you some tips and a rundown of what the games are like, so you can figure out which game that you like better or you don't like at all. The gameplay is up to you. So this video is, once again, it's just about the insight of each game. So when you go into each game, you should already know what to expect already. Knowing that there could be really bad laggy servers in UF, or not enough things to complete in Football Fusion. Whatever the choice you make, the choice is yours. I wish you all luck on which game you pick, or you may just like both of the games in general. Like I like both of the games in general. So I wish you luck on the game you guys choose, and I hope you guys make the right decision. On what I mean by when I mean by right decision, I mean the right decision for you, because not choosing the right game and you're trying to force yourself to play a game that you don't like, when I literally gave you the insight and rundown of that you're only hurting yourself. So choose the game that you want and choose the game that you like. Like I said, the gameplay is opinionated, which is why I'm not trying to say Football Fusion is better than Ultimate Football gameplay wise, or vice versa. So make sure you guys take what I said in insight and go on your own. I wish you guys luck and goodbye.